I was taken aback. I never thought somebody would be interested in making a movie on my journey, and it took me a while to actually, understand that they were serious about it. And I also felt it was an opportunity to put women's cricket onto the big screen, and people should know what has gone behind the sport taking such a long journey and reached where it is today.
Fantastic. So, again, I'm repeating the same thing that, you wanted that people should remember, like you'll play that people will remember, and that's how the movie is being made. So, yeah, you manifested that. And now my next question is with Taapsee ma'am, that, how was it playing Mithali Raj for you and working on this movie? Because, like, this is a sports movie, so what was different? It's not on.
Okay. Namaskaram. Actually, I'm very confused. Ee roju నేను actually Hindi movie కోసం ఇక్కడికి వచ్చాను. So I'm like little confused talking in Hindi, English, my broken Telugu. I will mix it all up. I think Shabaash Mithu lo, I felt that this is my biggest challenge to portray someone who is master of the game that I don't know at all. ఈ మూవీ ముందు యాక్చువల్లీ నాకు అసలు తెలీదు క్రికెట్ యాక్చువల్లీ టు ప్లే నాట్ టు లైక్ సీ ఎవ్రీబడి సీస్ క్రికెట్ బట్ నాకు తెలీదు ఎలా ఐ విల్ ప్లే ఐ విల్ హోల్డ్ ద బ్యాట్ హౌ విల్ ఐ హిట్ ద బాల్ at the right time. But I think after I took up the challenge, I realized it's just not cricket. To play Mithali, who's very different as a personality from me, was also a equally big challenge. And stakes were very high. There was a lot of pressure because people know her now. Like her struggle from last 20 years till 2017 to make women's cricket visible to Indians who love cricket. It finally like giving you the benefits. People know that there is a team, there is a Mithali Raj. Now they know her. Now it is even more challenging and pressurizing to portray someone like her on screen. And biopics are always a little more difficult than regular films because you are playing someone who's actually there. And at that time she was active. She was actually playing. So yeah, probably one of the most difficult roles of my career to portray. Let's see how audience feels about my cricketing skills after 15th.
Okay, before I move on to the next question for Ms. Mithali, just I'm curious to know, like, when we are all children, we all have our games, right, that we play. So did you ever play cricket as a kid? You, I'm asking Taapsee ma'am.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Like, she played as a kid also. No, actually I didn't. And every day at training, I used to regret why did I not play cricket as a kid.
So what were the games that you played as a kid?
I played every other game. I used to play basketball, I used to play volleyball, I used to play badminton, I used to race, I used to do long jumps, I used to play all the street sports like pittu and gallery and all this. I used to play everything that I saw kids playing around. Kani, I think cricket I felt like they did not give me a chance to bat or bowl. They used to make me field. Yeah, all the boys, gully cricket they used to make me field.
Yeah.
So then I was like, no, it is not interesting. They're not giving me bat or ball. So I left playing, did not play cricket.
And now you've played it, and how?
Yeah, now I wish I had played before. It would have been less stressful.
I know. So that was very interesting. So now I'll move to Mithali ma'am, and this question is for you that, every personality is unique, and since you're a sports person, so like I'm sure your personality is unique, but even your game is unique equally. So, what is that one unique aspect of your personality or your game that you thought is very difficult to emulate, but Taapsee has nailed it?
Personality, less talking.
Okay.
And which obviously, if you, whenever you watch the movie, I'm sure you will be able to see that she's emoted a lot more with her eyes, with her expressions. You know, less dialogues.
They did not give me many dialogues in this film.
And as far as the cricket is concerned, the cover drive, which she's done, she's worked hard for it, and she's played, and the way she's played in the movie is very similar to how I play the cover drive.
You know, so she's not a sports person, but then let's give her a big round of applause just for this compliment that Miss Taapsee just nailed it.
Yeah, I'm breathing in this compliment and making sure it stays with me for a long time.
Yeah. Okay, so my last question is with Miss Taapsee that, you know, what is that one thing about Hyderabad that you think other cities do not have?
My first film was here. I don't think that will ever change, or nothing can trump that. So first is always special.
Right.
I don't think it can, no more amount of success or no new things that happen in my life can change the fact that in 2010, 1st of July, my first ever film that released was in Telugu.
Fantastic. So I think it just adds up to so much more to this day because both of you from Hyderabad, starting from Hyderabad, and you know, just like coming for this movie over here just means like adds value to just the whole thing even more.
Yeah,
So,
it
and
is.
congratulations to both of you. And now I will open it up for the media to ask questions. So you can please go ahead and ask questions to Ms. Mithali and Ms. Taapsee.
Sound check. Yeah, hi. Hi. Good morning to both of you. I'm Kalyan from India Glitz, Telugu. I have 3 questions, so kindly please remember because I might not get an opportunity to ask you both again. So first for ma'am Mithali Meeku, like when you did that Lucknow, the 1,000-run kitty, what was your reaction at that point of time? Like 10,000, that kitty you were in that against all the games. And second, how important is identity to you because it reflects a lot of identity in this film. And when nobody was there to support you, who was the one who supported you in your entire life? And it's a fourth question is like.
Oh my God! Write it down.
I think let's go one by one. Yeah, let's go one by one.
Sure. So your first reaction, like when you entered the 10,000 runs, so I mean, how was your feeling? Because we only knew Sachin at that point of time who achieved them.
Most of the records in the last few years, which I broke, I was not aware of it. Clearly, I got to know a lot of those things through social media. You know, and my social media team would tell that, you know, people are saying this, have you really broken the record? I said, I don't know. Let it come formally, then probably, yes, I will admit. And when you cross any milestones, it's always a happy moment that you've come very far. You see yourself, you've come very far. And what was the second question?
And how important was identity, which reflects in this film?
Well, for a long time in the initial years, when we talk about cricket, it was more about men's cricket. Even the round table conference, wherever in the parties, everybody would talk a lot more about what's happening in men's cricket. But never the curiosity or the awareness about, is there a women's cricket? Or if there are women cricketer around, are you curious enough to know what is happening there? So in that sense, it was very important growing up and making people realize there's women's cricket too. For cricket, there is men and women. Women also play cricket. So in that sense, identity was very, very important. And when I started, obviously in the obscurity, there was no facility, no resources. The number of games that we played was very less. I've played a lot of domestic games, then the international in the first few years of my career. But I was very fortunate that I had a lot of support in terms of my parents, school, coaches. At every stage or every phase of my career, I was very lucky in that sense that I got support when I actually needed it.
Got the support, that's what you were telling. And last one, like, were you forced to do the retirement or like, was it your own decision?
Well, there's nothing, nobody can force me to do anything. That way I'm very stubborn. I will, if I had to take a retirement earlier, I would have done it. Because I've never played for fame or money. That was never the reason for me to take up the sport. The circumstance is very different as a 10-year-old, but over the years, I've grown very fond of the game and my passion grew a lot. The passion was more playing for India, and that never sort of, at any point reduced. And I took retirement because I was very clear. I had the clarity in mind that World Cup was the tournament that I was preparing for. And usually after the tournament, there's always a build-up. There's change in the team, and they would want to build the team for the next big event. And there is no point for me at this stage to play just 2-3 series and be happy about it. That was never the purpose or the reason. And that is the why I took retirement.
Thank you so much. You have made us all of proud. Huge round of applause once for Mithali Raj. And this is for Taapsee. And what was the convincing factor for you in this film? Because you also, I think it's an identity because you own a wedding agency, you own a, the badminton, this thing, and you're a very self-made woman. So was that the identity was a convincing factor or like anything else for you to accept this film?
I think, first of all, who would say no to portraying Mithali Raj on screen? I think it's whoever is ready to put in those hours of hard work, who has that much of time should, I don't think any actor in the right state of mind will say no to this. But yes, one connect that if you ask me was that statement that I read of hers even years before I got this offer, which was when she answered the question of who's your favorite male cricketer. That is what I read in the newspaper, which got me to notice Mithali. I was myself guilty of not knowing about her or about the women's cricket team. So that statement connected and spoke to me, because of which I had noticed, okay, who is this person giving such a strong statement? And it is resonating with me. So hence I got to know about her, and because of her I got to know about the women's team then. And then I felt obviously very guilty of the fact that I did not know about it. And I think, as I say always, I manifested it somewhere, that it came to me to correct that mistake, to make sure I use my medium to make sure other people are not guilty of the same thing.
And చిన్న mannerisms కావచ్చు, like how she used to behave, batting కావచ్చు, ఇంకేదైనా కావచ్చు, మీరు అట్లాంటివి ఏం కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ చేశారు? Like how much homework you did?
Actually, homework, I'll tell you what, my cricketing homework was with the help of Nushin, who is a very close friend of Mithali and has played with her and is currently coach for Railways. She has played with Mithali for years. So she helped me know her cricketing nuances. I didn't know cricket before. Okay, so it was not like I had to unlearn my cricket and learn her cricket. So my introduction to cricket happened Mithali way. How she will pad up, how she will walk, what will she do between two deliveries, which is her favorite shot, or what all is she like more, she plays more, what shots she plays more. So all this introduction to cricket happened her way. So that was the detailing in cricket. And beyond that, because she was active player at that time, and it was COVID time, so she was not physically available to spend some time with me. I saw all the possible interviews I could to understand that I have to speak slow, very slow, speak less. And that's how probably I can come close to portraying her on screen.
తెలుగు వాళ్ళు మిమ్మల్ని బాగా మిస్ అవుతున్నారు.
నేను కూడా అండి, నేను కూడా.
ఎప్పుడు చేస్తున్నారు అంటే అందరికీ
మీరే చెప్పండి, ఒక డైరెక్టర్ ప్రొడ్యూసర్ గారికి చెప్పాలి, ప్లీజ్ give me one really nice good film so I can do it.
Whoever is watching this interview will cast you again.
Please.
Definitely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Hi.
Yeah, who's next?
Mithali. Hi, I'm Taruna from NTV. Yeah, hi. So my question to both of you is, first, when Mithali, it was known that there's a biopic coming, what was that idea? Like, okay, Taapsee is doing it. You both must have met for the first time. What was the conversation? I want to know. My first question.
We met in Bangalore. I was there for a camp, and she flew down from Mumbai. I think both of us were a bit nervous meeting for the first time. Of course, she's more, a person who loves to talk, who loves to express vocally, and I'm a person who will take time. I was observing her, how she is, and probably she was doing the same, but the talking was happening a lot more from her, trying to sort of make the atmosphere more comfortable for both of us. But I think it was a good meeting, and that was our first meeting. And when I got to know that she was saying the role, even I've done my homework that she's already done few characters relating to women sports person, and not much had to be done in terms of her fitness or her appearance. But yes, cricket is a skillful game, so she probably had to learn how I bat. So that was something was a little bit of a bother for me. Will she be able to do it? Because as she mentioned, not many women would have played or picked up a bat in their childhood growing up. So it was relatively new for her to, learn that sport. And it is not easy to learn something new which needs technique, which involves technique and skill. And that was something, yeah, I was concerned about. But when I watched the trailers, I was quite, happy the way it turned out. And also, I have got some videos from my friend about her when she was training. And I saw from her first couple of days and to what she ended up, learning. There's a massive change. And that is because clearly she worked very hard to, train in those hours for that role.
Hi, Taapsee. Welcome back.
Hi, thank you.
So when this thing was given to you, and especially a biopic, so doing a biopic is something like you have done it for Mithali, or you have done it because biopic का trend चल रहा है और सब कर रहे हैं.
ट्रेंड के चक्कर में तो नहीं करना चाहिए because I honestly am not a person who goes with the trend. I would rather be a classic. So I didn't do it because of the trend. I would have rather want to do something different. If there was some trend going on, I would rather want to break it and do something else. No, I did it because of her.
Okay. And one quality, common quality, both of you have, and you have eventually known it while doing this.
That's one very rare find that common. I think it's on the outside we are very different, but the fact that we do have a strong vision of what we want in life, what we don't want in life. And I think our do's and don'ts are very clear, and we are very stubborn to follow those do's and don'ts. Ideologically, we are similar.
హాయ్ మిథాలి గారు, ఏంటి అంటే క్రికెట్కి మీరు రిటైర్మెంట్ ఎందుకు ప్రకటించారు? అంటే రీజన్ ఏంటి అసలు?
రిటైర్మెంట్
ఎందుకు ప్రకటించారు అంటే ఇంత త్వరగా ఎర్లీగా?
తొందరగా మీకు అనిపిస్తుందా 23 years తొందరగా అయిపోయిందా రిటైర్మెంట్? లేదా
No, they started just knowing, I guess. That is why.
అంటే బిఫోర్ వరల్డ్ కప్ నాకు ఒక పెద్ద గోల్ ఉండే, ఒక పర్పస్ ఉండే ఆడడానికి, ప్రిపరేషన్ సిరీస్ ఆడడానికి దాని ముందు. కానీ వరల్డ్ కప్ తర్వాత యూజువలీ టీమ్ చేంజ్ అవుతుంది అండ్ యంగర్ ప్లేయర్స్కి మనం ఆపర్చునిటీ ఇవ్వాలి టీమ్ని మళ్ళీ బిల్డ్ చేయడానికి నెక్స్ట్ పెద్ద ఈవెంట్కి. సో అలాంటి టైంలో ఇంకా 2 series 3 series ఆడడంలో అంత నాకు అనిపించలేదు దట్ ఐ షుడ్ బీ ప్లేయింగ్ ఓన్లీ ఒక పర్పస్ లాగా. ఐ డెంట్ హ్యావ్ అ పర్పస్ ఆఫ్టర్ వరల్డ్ కప్, ఎందుకంటే అది చాలా పెద్ద గోల్ ఉండే నాకు అండ్ ఐ పుట్ ఇన్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ టు ప్రిపేర్ ఫర్ ద వరల్డ్ కప్. అండ్ ఐఎమ్ ష్యూర్ ఇప్పుడు ఐ విల్ డెఫినెట్లీ లుక్ ఇన్ టు ఎలా స్పోర్ట్స్తోనే యూనో ఇన్వాల్వ్డ్ ఉండాలా ఇన్ అదర్ కెపాసిటీ. ఐ కెన్ ఆల్వేస్ హెల్ప్ ద ఇండియన్ టీమ్.
Taapsee, a film like this can be a risky affair. So did you face any dark days when you thought you can't pull it off?
Almost every day while learning the game. It was very difficult. It is a skillful sport, as she said. Technique is so important, and I'm playing someone who is, in my opinion, the first lady for women's cricket in India. And you are at minus level where cricket is concerned. So to look anywhere close to her, even for camera, I have taken up a big Mount Everest task of suddenly from zero to look like someone who is, the master. So that every day, almost every day at work, I was like, I'm not sure this will happen. But then my coaches, they had 4 coaches actually with me. And all 4 of them were very sure that no, you will do it. So a lot of times when I felt low that let's cheat, let's get a body double, let's just somehow just with cheating we'll just finish it, they were like no, You can do it. You've done it, and we'll make sure you are able to pull it off. So a lot of support came from them.
So what kind of a research went behind this role?
As I said, I had people who had played with her. They were the ones who were teaching me. So they could tell me 20 years back how she was, or 10 years back how she was. Well, I am portraying her presence on screen from when she was 16-year-old, when she played her first international match, till 2017 World Cup. So almost 20 years of difference, like a person is very different when a person is 16, 17 years old to when the 36, 37-year-old, not just in the way you look, but the way you behave also. So someone else who has played with you can tell the difference that, okay, first she was like this, then she changed like this, and then she changed like this. So that's why all the girls who were teaching me, they really helped me to know how she has changed, or how her game has changed, how her stance has changed, body language, everything. So that kind of research.
Hi ma'am, Mithali ma'am, this is Tarzan from TFPC and నా క్వశ్చన్ ఏంటి అంటే ఏ బ్యాట్ అంటే మీకు బాగా ఇష్టం మ్యామ్? చాలా బ్రాండ్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా.
నువ్వు ఫైట్ చేపిస్తావు బాబు బ్రాండ్స్లో, మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరర్స్లో. వాళ్ళు అంటారు నేను స్టార్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు ఒక బ్రాండ్ ఎండ్ చేసినప్పుడు ఇంకొక బ్రాండ్తోని. సో కానీ నేను ఇక్కడ ఏం చెప్తానంటే, యాజ్ అ ఉమెన్ క్రికెటర్ ఏ బ్రాండ్స్ నేను అప్రోచ్ చేశాను, దే వాంటెడ్ దే వే కీన్ దట్ ఐ ప్లే విత్ దే బ్యాట్స్, దే బ్రాండ్. సో వాళ్ళకి ఐ వుడ్ సే దట్ థ్యాంక్ యూ, ఎందుకంటే ఇట్ వాజ్ నాట్ ఈజీ WCI టైంలో ఉమెన్ క్రికెటర్స్కి స్పాన్సర్ చేయడం బ్యాట్స్ బికాజ్ there was no money. మ్యాచెస్ టెలివైజ్ లేకపోతే మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చర్ ప్రమోషనల్స్ ఉండవు. బట్ స్టిల్ దే వెంట్ అహెడ్ టు cater to women cricketers with the good bats. So అలాంటి వాళ్ళకి I will definitely extend my appreciation and thank you, and all through my career to all those brands who have been part of my cricket career.
తాప్సీ మ్యామ్, వన్ లాస్ట్. ఏ షాట్ అంటే మీకు బాగా ఇష్టం మ్యామ్ క్రికెట్లో? ఇప్పుడు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తారు.
It's only one shot that I learned so well. In my dream also I can play that shot, is cover drive. In my dream, if you put ball on the on side also, I'll sometimes put my leg out on the cover drive side only.
Taapsee ma'am, this is Rajababu from Filmy Beat. So biopic means fall and rise of a personality. What do you see the fall and rise of Mithali? What are the elements triggered for do this project?
Fall and rise of Mithali, I think she will be able to tell you better. I'll tell you what was there in the script and the research work which we wanted to show in the film. This film is not just about her personal journey. This is actually fall and rise of women's cricket team in India. Usually biopic lone what happens is you show a person from rags to riches, or a person family was not supportive and you struggle inside the house to even play the sport. All these regular kind of problems that you see in a sports biopic were not there here. Mithali's parents were very supportive. She had a really good coach who believed in her. The ups and downs that you mention are with the team. So this is actually a journey of women's cricket team through her lens. So you will see because she has got a career which has seen women's cricket team when nobody knew, nobody bothered, to 2017 World Cup when everything changed. So she was the perfect person whose life can actually help us know what happened with women's cricket over 2 decades and how it changed from nobody to what they are today. So yeah, that team's ups and downs you will see in the film. But personal life ups and downs that you expect in a regular biopic, no, that don't come with that expectation. Because we are showing a captain's journey. For her, it was team before herself.
Can I go next? To your right. To your right. Yeah. Hi, I'm Vani from ETV. So my first question is for Mithali ma'am. A lot less people know that you're also a Bharatanatyam dancer. So when does it all started and ended? Has it really ended, or are you still into Bharatanatyam?
No, I made the choice long back to pursue cricket over dance, and I learned dance for 8 years. Just a couple of stages, I couldn't finish the Arangetam because of cricket, but I don't see myself getting back into it. Um, because have other plans where I feel that I still want to be associated with the sport, which has helped me, which has given me a platform where, like, he's just asked me to create an identity of my own and for the sport. So yes, when it has given me so much, I feel that I have to give something back. As a player, I've given it everything. But yes, in another capacity, I want to see the sport grow even, higher and higher.
Mithali ma'am, this side. What level the Taapsee meets your expectation as Mithali?
What level of expectations?
Can you
did I
please
meet
come
your level of
again?
expectations?
Yes, of course. For me, she met my expectation when she played the cover drive in the trailer. That itself, I'm very happy, because acting is her forte. That is her domain. But cricket is my domain. I'm an athlete and she's an actor. To play an athlete so well, I think that it itself is a compliment, that she's done really well in the movie. And for that, you should go and watch the movie.
మీరు ఎప్పుడైనా ఈ సినిమా చూసినప్పుడు మీరే నటిస్తే బాగుండు అని అనిపించిందా?
లేదు, ఎప్పుడు లేదు. ఆ థాట్ ఎప్పుడు రాలేదు. Definitely that's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, ma'am.
Taapsee garu.
What is the right way, or what is the best way to think to get today's generations or kids to get into sports as their career?
You say, no?
Can I ask you to repeat?
What is the best way or best way to think to get today's generations or the kids as their sports career?
See, first and foremost is the kid should enjoy playing sport. And there has to be some sort of facilities in the school. Like the other day, I went to her school and I saw there are so many facilities, different sports, like the basketball court, there's a playground, there's a cricket net, where a kid in a school would want to enjoy playing all sports, and then they can find if they have the interest in pursuing a particular sport. Unfortunately, in many cities and many schools now, it's just the buildings. They hardly have their own playground. And that is where I feel we need to change. And if a child is interested in sport, then the support has to be there from home, from parents, and even from school, allowing them to pursue that interest.
Taapsee, was it hard or easy for you to be in the shoes of Mithali Raj? How did you feel?
Hardest ever it has been to do any role, because generally you do either physical prep or mental prep, but this required me to transform not just into a cricketer technique wise, but also play someone who is very different from how I am. So she might think a lot in similar ways, but her way of expressing is very, very different from me. So eventually on screen you will see how I express. So that is very different from what comes naturally to me. So that way a lot of acting also went along with cricket. You've seen, I mean, cricket is a new thing for you all to see me playing. You'll notice that, but I hope when you watch the film, you will realize how difficult or different it was to make sure I do justice to the kind of personality she is.
తాప్సీ గారు ఇక్కడ
చెప్పండి.
మిథాలి గారి కవర్ డ్రైవ్ ప్రపంచంలోనే అంత గొప్పగా ఆడతారు కదా, దానికోసం మీరు ఎట్లా కృషి చేశారు?
ఏంటి
కవర్ డ్రైవ్ మిథాలి గారిది ది బెస్ట్ కవర్ డ్రైవ్ ఇన్ ద వరల్డ్, దానికోసం ఎట్లా ప్రయత్నాలు వచ్చినాయి?
That was my first lesson. After how to hold the bat, second lesson was the cover drive. So that is actually, I think coaches should be able to tell you. I just see, the good thing about not knowing cricket is I'm like that raw clay. You can tell me from scratch that this is the first lesson, you have to make sure this is perfect. I will work on that. So it's not like my favorite shot was pulled shot, so that's why now I have to change it into cover drive. So they made sure my training was like this, that I had to fall in love with cover drive. So my first introduction to any kind of shot was with cover drive.
జుమ్మంది నా నుంచి మీ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్మేషన్ ఇప్పటివరకు ఎట్లా చూస్తారు ఇదంతా కూడా?
మీరే చెప్పండి, because you are witness to it కదా. నేను చెప్పాలి ఎలా ఉంది. సో దట్స్ వై యూ హ్యావ్ టు టెల్ మీ యాజ్ అన్ ఆడియన్స్, యాజ్ సమ్మన్ హూ సీన్ మీ ఇన్ 12 years. Actually, it's been 12 years this July that I've been working. I've been trying to do better. I hope.
మిషన్ ఇంపాసిబుల్తో సక్సెస్లో ఉన్నారు, ఇదో సక్సెస్ అనుకోవచ్చు.
I really hope. I mean, we all work very hard for every film, Andy, because time that we give to every film will never come back in our life. So I'm hoping that this becomes successful.
మిథాలి గారు, ఏ క్రికెటర్ అయినా స్టేడియంలో రిటైర్మెంట్ ఇవ్వాలనుకుంటారు, అదొక పెద్ద గొప్ప ఫేర్వెల్ ఉంటుంది. మీరు చాలా గొప్ప ప్లేయర్ కూడా, మీరు ట్విట్టర్లో ఎందుకు ఇవ్వాల్సి వచ్చింది?
డిసిషన్ నేను ఆల్రెడీ వరల్డ్ కప్ నుంచి వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఐవ్ టేకన్ దట్. కానీ కొన్ని ఎమోషన్స్ ఉంటుంది. ఇప్పుడు మ్యాచ్, సౌత్ ఆఫ్రికా మ్యాచ్ ఓడిపోయినాం కాబట్టి ఐ వాజ్ వెరీ హార్ట్ బ్రోకన్. సో ఆ ఎమోషన్తో ఫస్ట్ నేను డీల్ చేయాలా. దాని తర్వాత వెన్ ఐ టుక్ దిస్ డిసిషన్, మా పేరెంట్స్తోని, క్లోజ్ ఫ్రెండ్స్తోని నేను డిస్కస్ చేసి ఆ ఎమోషన్ ఐ వాంటెడ్ టు డీల్ విత్. సో వెన్ ఐమ్ ఇన్ అ గుడ్ స్పేస్, అందుకే అప్పుడు ఐ హ్యావ్ అనౌన్స్డ్. ఈ ఇయర్లో వీ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ హోమ్ సిరీస్ కాబట్టి దెన్ దట్స్ వై ఐ టుక్ దట్ డెసిషన్ దెన్. హోమ్ సిరీస్ ఉంటే మేబీ ఐ వుడ్ హ్యావ్ ప్లేడ్ దట్. ఎందుకంటే నాకు చాలా ఇది ఉండే, ఒక హోమ్లో ఆడాలి, మన ఇండియాలో ఆడి అనౌన్స్ చేయాలని అది ఒకటి ఉండే కోరిక.
Okay, now sir, we'll open it like one last question, so let's give a chance to anybody else who has not gotten any.
నెక్స్ట్ మీ ప్రొడక్షన్స్ అంటే సమంత గారితో మీరు ఏదో కాంబినేషన్లో చేయబోతున్నట్టు తెలుస్తున్నాయి. ఇట్స్ ట్రూ?
When I announce now, then I will tell about it. Enough for speculation. Yes, we are working together on something, but when you will hear about it, formal announcement tarvata nen maatladtanu.
Thank you, Ms.